Have you ever had one of those mornings where you wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, and just feel heavy? Not just in the body, but in the mind too. Maybe your joints ache a little more than they used to. Maybe you glance out the window and think, wasn't I more active back in the day? You're not alone. We all reach a point where moving around takes more effort, where energy feels like it's in short supply, and where we begin to wonder what we can do today to feel just a little better. Let me tell you something simple, something powerful, and something you can start doing without fancy equipment, gym memberships, or a strict schedule. Just walk. That's it. Just walk. You see, walking isn't just something we do to get from the living room to the kitchen. When done intentionally, consistently, and with just 30 minutes a day, walking can quite literally add years to your life. Not only years, but better years. The kind where you feel lighter, think clearer, breathe easier, and even smile more often. There's something magical that happens when you put one foot in front of the other. And no, it's not just about burning calories. It's about waking up your body and your spirit. Think of it like oiling the gears of a beautiful old clock. The movement keeps everything running smoothly, not too fast, not too slow, just right. And the best part? It doesn't matter if you start with a short stroll down the block or a loop around the garden. What matters is that you start. Now, I know what you might be thinking. At my age, isn't it too late to start something new? Not at all. In fact, it's the perfect time. Because walking isn't just exercise, it's medicine. And the benefits? They go far beyond what you might expect. Let's talk about your heart. That wonderful, hard-working engine inside your chest. As we age, it needs more care, more attention. A 30-minute walk helps strengthen your heart muscle, improves circulation, and lowers your blood pressure. You may not feel it immediately, but inside your body, your heart is literally thanking you for every step. It's pumping a little easier. Your arteries are a little more open, and your risk of heart disease starts to drop, one walk at a time. Then there's your joints, those knees, hips, and ankles that have carried you through so many years. When you walk, you're not wearing them down. You're actually keeping them healthy. Gentle, consistent walking helps lubricate your joints and strengthen the muscles around them, easing stiffness and pain. Imagine waking up with less ache, walking across the room without wincing, or even bending down to tend to your flowers without hesitation. That's not a dream that can be your reality. But we're not just talking about the body. Walking works wonders for the mind, too. Have you noticed how a short walk sometimes clears your head better than a nap? There's a reason for that. When you walk, your brain releases endorphins, natural feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and calm your nerves. For many people, especially after 60, walking becomes not just a physical activity but a form of therapy. A chance to reset, reflect, and reconnect with yourself and the world around you. And speaking of the world around you, walking is one of the best excuses to step outside and breathe in some fresh air. Too often, we spend our days cooped up indoors, and it takes a toll. When you walk outside, even just around your neighborhood or to the corner shop, your senses come alive. You notice the sky, the breeze, a smile from a neighbor, the scent of flowers, or even rain. These little moments add joy to your day and help you feel more connected, and that connection is powerful. You might be surprised how quickly your body starts to respond. After just a few days of walking, many people notice they sleep better. Their digestion improves. Their energy returns, slowly but surely. And with that energy comes confidence, the kind that says, yes, I can still do this. I still have strength in me. I once spoke to a gentleman named Mr. Tom, a retired teacher in his 70s. He told me that after years of feeling sluggish and isolated, he began walking each morning. At first, just 5 minutes, then 10. Eventually, he worked his way up to a full half hour, rain or shine. Not only did his health improve, but he found himself chatting with people along his route, sharing stories, laughing more. He said something that stuck with me: I started walking to stay alive, but I kept walking because it made me feel alive. And that's exactly it. Walking isn't about getting back to how you were at 40. It's about discovering how good you can feel right now. Of course, you don't have to walk fast. You don't have to climb hills or wear special gear. Just lace up your most comfortable pair of shoes, maybe the ones that have molded perfectly to your feet over the years, and go at your own pace. If you need to stop and rest, that's fine. If you want to bring a friend, even better. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Gentle, kind, forgiving consistency. Some days you'll feel more motivated. Other days you'll need a little push. That's natural. But each time you go out, you're giving a gift to your future self: a body that moves more freely, a heart that beats a little stronger, a mind that feels a little clearer. And if you're wondering whether it's really worth it, whether 30 minutes can actually change anything, the answer is yes. In fact, researchers have found that regular walking after 60 is linked to lower risks of stroke, dementia, diabetes, even certain cancers. But even if none of those numbers mattered, just think about the joy of being able to travel to your grandchild's recital without fatigue, or to take a spontaneous walk on the beach during a vacation, or to simply rise each morning with more energy and less pain. So, if you've been waiting for the perfect time to start, this is it. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, right now, while you're still listening. Take that first step, even if it's just around the house. And tomorrow, take another. Because walking isn't just about adding days to your life. It's about adding life to your days. You know, one of the most beautiful things about walking is that it doesn't demand anything from you except your presence. There's no competition, no scoreboard, no finish line to rush toward. It's just you, your breath, and the rhythm of your steps. And over time, that rhythm becomes a kind of healing melody, one that speaks to every part of your being. Let's talk about balance for a moment. As we get older, our sense of balance naturally starts to decline. You may have noticed that climbing stairs takes more focus, or that turning too quickly makes you feel a little unsteady. This is perfectly normal, but it doesn't mean we have to accept falling as inevitable. Walking, especially on slightly uneven ground like a garden path or a neighborhood trail, helps retrain the brain and strengthen the muscles that support your balance. Your core, your hips, even your ankles, they all work together with each step to keep you steady. I've seen folks in their 60s and 70s go from shuffling slowly across the room to confidently walking their dogs around the block, all because they kept showing up for themselves, every day, or even just a few times a week. There's something so powerful about that kind of gentle determination. And here's another wonderful benefit: walking keeps your bones strong. Yes, our bones lose density as we age, but consistent weight-bearing activities like walking can slow that loss and even help maintain bone strength. Think of your bones like tree trunks. The more they sway in the wind, the more resilient they become. When you walk, you're giving your bones the gentle stress they need to stay firm, solid, and dependable. Now, let's pause and talk about something even deeper: your independence. For many older adults, one of the biggest fears is losing the ability to live life on their own terms. No one wants to rely too much on others. We all want to stay in our homes, cook our meals, water our plants, go to the market, and enjoy our days in peace. Walking supports all of that. It strengthens not just the body, but also your autonomy. Every time you take a walk, you're practicing your freedom. You're reminding your legs, we're still in this together. You're building the strength to carry your own groceries, to dance at your granddaughter's wedding, to get up and answer the door when an old friend stops by for tea. You might be surprised by how much walking impacts your digestion, too. Sounds simple, right? But after a meal, a short walk can actually help your body process food more efficiently. It's like giving your internal system a nudge to say, all right, time to get to work. Less bloating, less discomfort, more regularity. And we all know that feeling good on the inside makes a huge difference in how we feel on the outside. Some people find that walking even helps curb their cravings. Imagine this: instead of heading to the fridge out of boredom or habit, you slip on your shoes and walk to the end of the block. Maybe you come back feeling refreshed, and that craving you had, gone. It's not magic, it's movement. And it changes your relationship with your body, slowly but surely. And let's not forget the beauty of routine. When life feels uncertain, a daily walk gives you something steady, something you can count on. Whether it's morning light casting golden rays across your front yard, or the hush of evening with cicadas in the trees, walking anchors you. It reminds you that the world is still spinning, that you're still a part of it. And in those quiet moments, you begin to notice things: a bird singing on a wire, the scent of someone baking bread nearby, a child's laugh echoing down the street. These small joys, we sometimes overlook them in the rush of life, but walking slows us down just enough to see them again. I remember talking to a woman named Auntie Lon, who lives just outside Hoi An. Every evening around 5 p.m., she heads out in her conical hat and slippers and makes her way around the rice field path behind her home. It's not for exercise, she said with a wink, it's for peace. She watches the sky turn from blue to lavender. She greets her neighbors. She gives her mind space to breathe. She told me, even when my back aches, even when my knees protest, I go. Because if I stop walking, I stop living the way I want to live. What Auntie Lon said rings true for so many. Walking isn't just about health, it's about identity. It's about holding on to the small rituals that remind us we are still capable, still curious, still alive. And speaking of curiosity, have you noticed how walking sometimes sparks new ideas? It's like your brain starts dancing the moment your body does. Some people call it a moving meditation, and that's exactly what it feels like. You find clarity. You remember names you forgot. You solve problems you didn't know you were working on. It's as though the rhythm of your steps unknots the tangles in your thoughts. This becomes especially important as we age, when keeping the mind sharp is just as vital as keeping the body strong. Numerous studies show that walking, even short walks, can help maintain cognitive function, delay memory loss, and reduce the risk of dementia. Your brain loves movement. It lights up when you explore, even if that exploring is just a loop around your building. So when you choose to walk, you're not just caring for your heart or your muscles. You're nurturing your mind. You're sending a message that says, I still want to grow. I still want to learn. I'm still here. And that, truly, is the heart of it all. You are still here, with a body that might not be what it was in your 30s, but still carries you faithfully, with a mind that still dreams and remembers, with a spirit that still hopes, still laughs, still loves. There's no special equipment required, no secret formula, just you, your breath, and your steps. Whether you walk alone, with a friend, or with the sound of birds for company, each walk adds something beautiful to your life. Take a moment to imagine the kind of day you want to have, a day filled with energy, calm, and connection. Now imagine that all it takes to start building that kind of day is a walk. Let's take a deeper breath together, right now. In and out. That breath, that's your reminder that you're alive. And every breath becomes more nourishing, more grounding, when your body is moving in harmony with it. That's the gift walking gives, not just longevity, but vitality. Not just years to your life, but life to your years. Sometimes, the hardest part isn't the walking itself. It's starting. It's the voice in your head that says, what's the point? Or, it won't change anything now. But I'm here to gently tell you it will. It absolutely will. One walk may not change your whole life, but one walk can change your whole day. And string enough of those days together, and you might just find that life feels lighter, steadier, more joyful. You don't need to walk far. You don't need to walk fast. You just need to walk. And if walking outside isn't an option right now, maybe the weather is poor, or you live in a place where going outdoors feels unsafe, then walk inside. Clear a path through your home and walk gently back and forth. Use a hallway. Put on soft music or the sound of ocean waves. Your body doesn't care where the movement happens, only that it does. Over time, something beautiful begins to happen. Your posture starts to shift. Your shoulders open. Your breath deepens. Your legs feel stronger. Your back supports you better. You find yourself reaching for things with ease, sleeping more soundly at night, waking up with just a little more energy than the day before. But beyond all the physical benefits, and there are many, comes the emotional shift. Walking teaches you patience. It teaches you presence. You begin to see your neighborhood with new eyes. You begin to hear your own thoughts more clearly. Some walks bring peace. Others bring release. You may even find that walking becomes your quiet time, your daily meditation, your moving prayer. I once spoke with a widower, Mr. Ton, who told me that after his wife passed away, he didn't know what to do with his days. The silence in the house felt too loud. The mornings dragged on. The nights were long. Then one day, he put on his jacket and just walked to the park. He didn't speak to anyone. He didn't plan anything. But he walked. And he kept walking, every day. 1 year later, he told me, walking didn't take away the pain, but it gave the pain somewhere to go. That stuck with me. Because walking isn't only for the body, it's for the heart. It gives us space to grieve, to heal, to remember, to feel. It gives us the gift of time with ourselves, uninterrupted, unjudged, unhurried. And then one day, you might look up and realize, you've come farther than you thought. Not just in distance, but in spirit. You'll find that you laugh a little more freely, that you take on daily tasks with more ease, that you look forward to things, a walk with a friend, a new tree blooming, the smell of fresh bread from the corner bakery. All of this is part of the gift. So what do we need to start walking? Just a bit of willingness, a comfortable pair of shoes, maybe a light jacket and a little curiosity. That's it. Start where you are. Even if you can only do 10 minutes today, that's perfect. Let it be enough. Tomorrow, you might do 12 or 15. Eventually, your body will crave the rhythm. And soon, 30 minutes will feel less like a goal, and more like a joy. And please, don't be afraid to invite someone into your walking habit. A neighbor, a sibling, even your grandson. Walking together creates a rhythm of conversation, of connection, without pressure. Some of the best heart-to-hearts happen while the feet are in motion. Or if you prefer solitude, let the quiet hold you. You'll find the companionship of the breeze, the rustle of leaves, or the sound of your own breath surprisingly comforting. Walking, my dear friend, is not about proving anything. It's not about performance. It's about presence. It's about honoring the body you live in, the life you've lived, and the days still waiting for you. And if there's one thing I hope you take from this conversation, it's this: you deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to feel strong, steady, and full of life at any age, especially now. So today, let your first walk be a gentle promise to yourself. Not a challenge, not a chore, but a gift. A quiet, loving way to say, I still have time. I still have strength. I still have life to live. And if this message touched your heart today, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us, where will your first or next walk take you? Maybe a garden, a beach, or just to the mailbox and back. Each story inspires someone else to take that first step. Don't forget to like this video if it brought a little motivation to your day. And subscribe to our channel for more conversations just like this, designed to support your health, happiness, and spirit as you move forward, one peaceful step at a time. Here's to every walk you take, to the mornings you greet with intention, to the evenings you end with calm, and to the beautiful journey you're still walking at your own pace, in your own time. Here's to living your best life, at any age. You've got this.